Welcome all children and the parents and those who have joined. I'm so happy to see there are more than 100 logins, which is so good because this is a very interesting and very important topic. I'm Dr. Preeti Jindal. I'm Senior Consultant Gynecologist and Director Touch Clinic. So, the topic of this webinar is puberty and adolescent health. So how this webinar will go, initially I'll take a talk, then I will invite my two other consultants. They will cover different parts of the talk. And then in the end, I will again give you some carry home messages and answer your queries. So I think it's 3 now, so we will start. So what is adolescence? Adolescere is a Latin word which means to grow or to mature or have your own identity. So the age group in which we call adolescence is between 10 years to 19 years according to WHO criteria. So basically it is a period between puberty and adulthood, or we can say it is the time period when you are preparing to become an adult and you are not a kid anymore and you are in between. So then what is puberty? Puberty is the time when a child's body begins to develop few changes which prepares the body towards adulthood. So this is basically the period between from puberty to the adulthood is called adolescence. So adolescence is basically the beginning of the changes. So adolescence lasts for roughly around 10 to 16 years in girls and in boys 12 to 18 years. What will happen when we are becoming adolescent or when we are adolescent? So lots of changes start going on in our body, and these changes are not only physical, our body undergoes lots of changes. Then there are emotional changes also, which most of you must be experiencing. Then our social interaction also changes. We start enjoying company more of our friends and less of our parents and of smaller children. Our mental cognition also changes, the thinking, how our brain is processing the information and thinking, that also starts changing. So what are the physical changes which take place in our body? There are lots of changes happening both in girls and boys. So in the girls, the breast development starts, hair starts appearing in the pubic area, underarm areas, they develop hair, the pelvic part, it also starts becoming wider and one may feel that all fat is going in the pelvis. In the boys, again, the pubic hair starts appearing, axillary hair, that is the hair under the arms, they start appearing on the face, on the mustache area and the beard area, and whiskers, they also start developing, and most prominently the voice changes starts. Breast changes are known as thelarchy. It happens in both girls and boys. Pubic hair changes happen. Then there is sudden growth spurt. You will suddenly see that the height has increased. And menarche is, which happens in the girls, and that is the onset of menstruation. And at the same time, in the boys, there is breaking of voice. It becomes husky voice. So what is Adam's apple? Many of you must have heard the boys, they develop the Adam's apple. So it is in front of the thyroid. We all know there is a thyroid gland in our neck. So in front of that thyroid gland, there is a thyroid cartilage which protects it, and it surrounds the larynx, that is the voice box. That thyroid cartilage starts protruding outwards, and that is known as Adam's apple. Now, why is it called Adam's apple? It's a very interesting story. The name of this natural body characteristic goes back to biblical story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. So as the tale goes, Adam ate a piece of forbidden fruit from the apple tree, and part of it got stuck in his throat, and that's why it is known as Adam's apple. So in the girls, what all changes start taking place? The whole body starts becoming curvier. Skin of the face as well as of the body gets oilier. Hair under the arms develop, breast develop, hip bones. This is the hip area. So this area becomes wider. Pubic hairs, they start coming. There is weight gain on the hips. So the girl starts acquiring an image of a woman. So woman-like body starts developing, and the leg muscles, they get bigger and stronger. So in the boys, what all changes start developing? Almost similar changes on the face, on the body. And the boys, they become taller, heavier, and broader. Hairs, they appear on your arms, legs, face, and private parts. Voice gets deeper. Skin becomes oily and it's prone to acne. And sometimes penile erections may happen, which is totally normal. Now, growth spurt takes place in children at different ages. So you might see that suddenly you have become very tall, but your friend is still short. There's nothing to worry for either of you, because these changes take 4 to 5 years to develop fully. And in every child, the time when the onset of these changes take place is different. In some, the growth spurt may happen at 12 years, and in some, it may happen at 14 years. So it just doesn't matter when you had the growth spurt. So even if you are short today, it doesn't mean that you will remain short. Your growth spurt may be yet to arrive and you will gain the height. Now I will explain each problem one by one. The most common burning problem which troubles all the teenagers or the adolescents is the acne. Acne is the pimples on the face. Now some acne is very common and some are blessed who do not develop any acne. So what is the reason for the acne? Our body is going for a hormonal change. In all girls and boys, there are 3 hormones: estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. In girls, estrogen and progesterone are more, and in boys, testosterone is more. But all the 3 are present in both girls and boys. Now, with the advent of puberty or the adolescence, the hormonal changes make our skin very oily. On our face, there are oil glands, sebaceous glands. So when there are too much of secretions, these glands, they get blocked. And when they get blocked, the secondary infection occurs in them because of Corynebacterium. And as a result, pus is formed. Infection anywhere will form pus, and then they will form big, big pimples with pus. So what can we do about it? The most easiest thing to do about it is to maintain your face hygiene. You have to wash your face at least 2 to 3 times with a good face wash, which is pH balanced. Keep your skin clean, eat healthy, avoid too much oily food. Also wash your hair, because if the hair is very oily, or if you're oiling too much your hair, that oil may dribble down on the face and block your sebaceous glands. Once the pimples develop, then consult a dermatologist. There are a few very good creams and ointments available which you can just apply on the pimple and they will settle down. Do not worry, everybody gets acne sometimes or the other. So even if you're having pimples, you're looking beautiful, do not worry. But then we need to take care of them because they should not leave permanent marks and damage your skin. Facial hair, the boys develop facial hair, and of course it makes them look good, but some children do not like hair. So if you have too much of facial hair and you have a beard, you have whiskers, mustaches, and you're not liking it, you may go ahead and do this shaving. Many kids ask that what is the ideal time to shave? Whenever you don't like them, you can start shaving. It's a myth that shaving will increase your growth of hair. Your growth of hair is totally dependent on your genes and your hormones, so shaving will not affect it. And if your religion and permits, you can shave whenever you want. In fact, if you shave, you will keep your face clean because the oil will not get stuck in your hair. Then another change which boys have is the voice change. It becomes very hoarse and thick, and that's, as I told, it's because of the development of the Adam's apple and the changes in your voice box, and it usually takes 2 to 3 years, and then it becomes like an adult-like voice. Breast growth is seen both in your screen sharing. Sorry, your screen sharing is paused. The breast growth is seen. Screen sharing. The breast growth is seen in both girls and boys, and in girls it will be more, and even in boys the breast growth will happen. So do not get worried. There will be small breast growth, and then it will become halted. Mood swings are very common. Mood swings happen And that's again because of hormonal changes. Suddenly you may feel very angry, or sometimes you feel very happy. Sometimes you feel to be alone. Sometimes you want to have a me time. So it's perfectly fine till you know how to control your mood, and you just let your parents or your friends know that you are not feeling like talking. It's perfectly fine. Then genitalia growth happens in both girls and boys, and in the boys the penis will grow in size, so that's perfectly fine. Screen share is happening.
Ma'am, we can see the one screen, which is a blue screen, understanding
With the
normal
slides,
cycle. Yeah, with the slide. It's
can you see the cause of acne slide?
no. I can see normal psychology screen.
So I don't know why the screen sharing has stopped. Let's share again.
Fine.
Yeah, how
Fine,
it is
ma'am.
happening.
Yeah.
Sorry, kids. I don't know from till where did you see? I think I explained the acne and facial hair. So then, now causes of acne, as I told, it is because of blocked pores. Then it could be because of the stress. Even stress will lead to anxiety, and then because of stress, you may not be able to maintain the hygiene. Even that can cause acne. Hormones, then improper skincare. During this time, we all want to look beautiful. We all want to look nice. So we start ordering lots of cosmetic products from online, and we start using them on the face. That is highly not recommended, because if you use lots of oily thing on your face, it will again clog your pores and the acne will increase. So the basic thing to look after is keep your face clean and oil free. You can use some moisturizer, and third is sunscreen. All should use sunscreen. This is a myth that sunscreen is required only in the sun. Even in UV light, the pigmentation can take place. So it's a good idea that wash your face with a face wash, then apply some oil-free moisturizer, and above that apply a sunscreen. And sunscreen, the number which is written on sunscreen is basically SPF number, tells us for how many minutes or hours it is effective. So if you're not going out in the sun, you can just apply it twice a day. Lactocalamine lotion, which comes, it is also having a sunscreen in it. So if you do not want to apply any other artificial sunscreen, you can just use the lactocalamine cream. Now, psychological changes also take place a lot during this time. We have interest in dressing up, we have interest in opposite sex. So there's nothing wrong in it. Having healthy relations and healthy friendship is always encouraged. You may relate more with friends rather than with your own family. Mood swings are natural at this age because of the hormonal changes. So what emotional problems one can develop? One may suddenly feel very anxious, very stressed, even on very small things, like if an exam is coming or a homework has to be submitted, you may suddenly feel very anxious if that homework is not done. So it's quite okay to feel anxious, but you should know how to tackle it. No problem is such which cannot be tackled. So it's very important that you divide your time properly. Any submissions or any stress causing factor should be tackled very easily. It should be tackled on time. Do not let it pile up. If your homework is there, try to finish it on a schedule, so that when if the time limit comes, or when the time bound homeworks are there, then if you reach that timeline and it's not done, you may get very stressed and you may get very angry. So time management is something which is very important at this age. One may also feel very depressed. Suppose you got less marks, or you are not able to meet your friends because of COVID pandemic. One may suddenly feel very withdrawn. So children, it is very normal to feel depressed. In fact, everyone is feeling depressed a bit because of the COVID pandemic, but you have to realize that these are not the usual time. The world is facing this for the first time in 100 years. So do not let your emotions overpower you. If you're feeling very angry, sit down, drink cold water, count till 10, and rethink that is that issue on which you are getting angry or depressed, is it actually that difficult to tackle, and you will realize that every problem can be sorted if we just give it a time. So be nice to yourself and the people around you. Just do not burst out of anger. Sometimes we see that if the food is not to the liking of the child, then they get very angry because they are very hungry. This is the time when children feel very hungry because the body is growing. But then you can request your mother or your parents or your cook to cook something else for you. Meanwhile, drink some water, have some salad so that you are not very hungry, and by that time, new food could be good. So anger management is also in your hand, and you should try to control it rather than screaming or throwing things or destroying the things around you. Now, transition from childhood to adult is a very attractive time. It is full of fantasies. There are mood swings. There is search for identity, and it is natural. You are not the only one going through it. All your friends are going through it. And normally, in normal days, when we go to school, we can share our emotions. But at this time of pandemic, we are sitting at home alone. So at times, one feels that, is it me only who is suffering all this? No. Everybody is going through these changes. You can talk to your friends, you can talk to your parents, and you can discuss these things. Now, as it is a pandemic time and you all are having online classes, so I thought I will explain a bit on the ergonomics of how to sit properly so that you do not spoil your back and your eyes. So if you see this picture, the computer table should be like this, or whichever table, but it's a bad habit to sit on the bed and keep the laptop on you and for extended hours. For half an hour or so, it is okay. But when you have a full school of 3 to 4 hours, you should sit on the proper chair and the desk. The chair should be well supporting your back. Your knee should be at 90 degrees. If possible, keep a footrest under your foot. Your hand should be at 90 degrees to the table. And the screen of the computer should be either at the eye level or maximum 15 degrees down, so that you are not causing pain to your neck. Otherwise, later you can have severe cervical spondylosis or spine problems. After every 45 minutes, get up from your chair and walk around. Drink lots of water and give rest to your eyes. After staring the screen for some time, always look around, move your neck, blink your eyes so that there is less effect on your eyes. It is a very good guide to us. We should stand tall just like a tree. We should stand proud. Go out, drink lots of water, enjoy the view, and remember your roots. Wherever you are later in the life, always stick to your roots, because you have to remember when you were growing up, your family, your parents supported you and they want you to grow, but then never forget your roots from where you come. Any problem, any stress, and at this age, kids, the only problem for you is the homework and your friend not talking, or you're not meeting the friend. What other problems you have? So any problem you have, if you define it properly, you can find a solution. No problem is a big problem. And now, as the COVID is going on, and we are hearing that many schools are planning to open, this is a very good slide of I found out. See how many children, how many people are there on the beach, and a kid is asking, "Mommy, can I go out to the school tomorrow?" And she says, "No, no, son, it's not safe." But then you see this beach. So we should not forget that COVID is not gone. It's a big problem, and the whole world is suffering because of this problem. We should maintain the COVID appropriate behavior. We should wear masks when we are in a group, maintain a good social distance, keep your hands clean, eat healthy food, because if your immunity is good, you will be able to fight any infection. Don't keep on touching your face, not only to avoid COVID, but also if you keep on touching your face, the acne and all will happen more because of infection. And keep your surface neat and clean and maintain the hygiene. Avoid the crowds and poorly ventilated areas. So better life is all about three things: winning, losing, and sharing. Winning others' hearts, losing bad things, and sharing happy moments. guys. So I wish you all to have a pleasant day. And now I invite my another consultant, Dr. Cherry Murray, and she will explain you about the periods, about hygiene, good touch, bad touch. Welcome, Dr. Cherry. Thank you, Dr. Preeti. I'm Dr. Cherry, consultant at the Touch Clinic. Now, without delaying further, let us start with understanding the normal physiology, first in girls. As you can see on the slide, let's talk about the girl's anatomy. So, in every female, there is a uterus, which is known as the womb, where the child grows. Then, on the side, there are two fallopian tubes and the ovaries, which is a bags full of eggs. The mouth of the uterus is known as cervix and lies down beneath is the vagina from where the menstrual blood comes through or we do intercourse. Now coming next is the ovarian or the menstrual cycle. So as you see in a normal female, the menstrual cycle, it dates from 28 to 35 days is a normal cycle period, which is divided into two halves. The first half is the follicular phase in which a female egg, it matures to a certain level. Then when around day 14 to day 16, which may vary, this egg, it ovulates. That means it ruptures, it comes into the tube. And in the later half is that if pregnancy doesn't happen, then this egg, it weans off and the lining which is formed in the uterus, it weans off and comes out through the vagina as the menstrual flow. Now, what do you know about periods? Let us see the different questions that you might be having in your mind. Now, you might be thinking, I haven't started my period yet. When will I start mine? So don't you worry. It is common for a girl to start periods between 8 to 18 years of the age. It's a good idea to keep a sanitary pad in your bag. Nowadays, tampons are also safe to use as a feminine hygiene product, provided they change every 4 to 8 hours. The other might be thinking, what happens when it does arrive? For the first time, when you are getting your periods, some girls may notice a tiny bit of blood in their panty. You should have a chat with your mother, sister, or close family members about this. And how long does the period last? It lasts anything between 2 to 10 days. How often do they happen? Once every month. Be prepared by carrying a sanitary pad with you in your school bag. And it's always advisable to maintain a monthly menstrual calendar. With the first day of your period is the day when you get your first spotting. So you can just circle out in a calendar and just follow it out. And remember to see your gynecologist if your periods haven't started by the age of 16 years or 14 if no other signs of puberty are there. Now, there is another premenstrual syndrome thing which a girl might suffer. Now, before a week or 2 weeks before your period comes, you might feel that your body is bloated or you have a pain in abdomen or there is some heaviness in the breast. This is all is the symptoms which are collectively known as a premenstrual syndrome. Pre means before, menstrual means menses, and collection of these symptoms is a syndrome. So you can feel better now. So what it is exactly? You should know that 9 out of 10 women experience premenstrual syndrome, which is a combination of symptoms a week or two before the periods. So it is very common. More than 10 million cases per year are recorded in India. It is usually self-treatable, self-diagnosable, and the best part is the lab test or imaging is not required. So what are the causes for it? The causes for it is most likely causes is the hormonal imbalance, while the other contributors could be stress, dietary deficiency, or excessive salt, alcohol, and the caffeine intake can intensify these symptoms. So you may experience a breast tenderness as told before, weight gain, sleep disturbances, backache, bloating, skin problem, or the acne coming out, mood swings, and the abdominal cramps.
So what are the easy ways to calmly deal with this crazy PMS? So take your vitamins. Calcium will reduce physical mood swings, while magnesium can reduce the water retention. Vitamin E also helps. And make time for yourself. You can relax yourself, do the breathing exercise, meditation, yoga, or the massage therapy. Eat low-fat dairy products. Drink plenty of fluid. Cut on the sweets, salt, and the caffeine. And don't smoke. You can also consume warm oatmeal, potato, chana, bacha, quinoa, maize, or legumes to deal with the PMS. Be active, exercise regularly, and get sufficient sleep. While the medications can be taken if required, especially the hormone treatment, you have to consult the gynecologist. Now, one thing you have to know that not everything in PMS, uh, eh, eh, all the symptoms in PMS are only with the PMS. They could be related to other things also, like headache might be a migraine, fatigue because of you might be suffering from some thyroid issue, or maybe the mood swings can be because of anxiety or depression, for which you need to consult a counselor or a physician. Now, what are the do and don'ts of the intimate hygiene? In this, we should wash daily. That is, clean the area once with the soap and every day. Stay dry. Use cotton underwear, even though those lacy ones seems very luxurious. Ensure they are changed at regular intervals. Period care. Do not use cloth during the periods. Tampons, vaginal cups, and sanitary pads are excellent, provided they are changed at required intervals. And trimming of pubic area to a sufficient amount is advisable. Now, a lot of marketed intimate vaginal washes are there in the market which are scented, which are not good. They may irritate the vaginal pH, and then they can further cause the fishy odor. Even deodorants, talcum powders, the use of them into the intimate area is not advisable. Now, a normal non-foul vaginal discharge is common, but what abnormal is a peculiar heavy discharge, foul, fishy odor in nature. Then you have to go and consult a gynecologist, or if there is some itching, burning, or bleeding over the vaginal area. Now, there are some taboos related with the menstrual health and its hygiene. Let's today break them up. So, whenever you are having a menstrual flow, after you have used your pad, wrap the used pad in a paper before disposing it off. Throw the trapped sanitary pad in the dustbin and never flush the used pad in the toilets. Take baths regularly, wash your hands, and dry the clothes under the sun. Wash your genital areas with the plain water and keep the area dry. Now, a word over the polycystic ovarian syndrome. This is another entity which the young adolescent girls might be facing. Now, if you have any complaint of your irregular periods, it could be normal or it could be because of the PCOS, or there is absence of menstruation, or you are having excessive facial, the girls are having excessive facial hairs and the body hair, or there is hair thinning and loss, abnormal skin discoloration, and acne which are not getting all right with the topical application. There's weight gain. Even if you are exercising, still you are not able to lose the weight. Or if you're in stress and depression or if there is sudden increase in the blood pressure, you might be suffering from the PCOS. Then it's advisable to go to the gynecologist and discuss about this problem. And then definitely in today's world, we need to know about the good touch and the bad touch. Good touch is considered safe touch, while the bad touch is considered the unsafe touch. Don't let anybody touch on your lips, chest, between your legs, or the buttocks. Be smart, be safe. It's time to have the talk. In case of bad touch, say no, stop, don't touch, leave the area and tell an alert. Now, I would like Dr. Akanksha Nigam to enlighten us further on this topic.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, thank you, Dr. Cherry, for giving you such a nice opinion on the special topic of webinar. Today, I, Dr. Akanksha Nigam, consultant at Touch Clinic, will tell you further about the behavior changes and the vaccination in adolescents. Adolescent is a very versatile and a volatile period. There are lots of emotional and behavior changes that takes place in adolescence. So coming on to vaccination, as in childhood, vaccination schedule is very important. So in adolescent, the important vaccinations between the age of 11 to 12 years is Tdap, that is tetanus and diphtheria booster dose, which should be taken by both boys and girls. Annual yearly flu vaccination must be taken between the month of June, July, August, and September by both boys and girls. Then the human papillomavirus vaccination, that is HPV vaccination, mostly by the girls. Other catch-up vaccinations are MMR, hepatitis B, hepatitis A, thyroid, and varicella. Coming on to HPV vaccination, HPV is a human papillomavirus. It helps to prevent the cervical cancer. Cervical cancer is the only cancer which is prevented by the vaccine. Cervical cancer is for the young girls, for the girls. So for the young girls, I request the age between 9 to 14 years is the ideal age for the vaccination of cervical cancer. But in India, due to the non-awareness, the age is extended up to the 45 years. So it is preferred, the earlier you get yourself vaccinated, the better it is. So it is around 99% curable for the cervical cancer. Preventable basically for the cervical cancer. Now there are for the age between 9 to 14 years, there are two doses. First is at 0 month, another 6 months from the first dose. And between the age of 14 to 45, there are three doses, 0 month, second dose is first month after the first dose, and the third dose is 6 months, after 6 months. We have two vaccinations available. One is Cervarix, another one is Gardasil. Cervarix is a bivalent vaccine and the Gardasil is a quadrivalent vaccine. Both of the vaccines are equally good and potent. So I request, this is for all the mothers, vaccination, cervical cancer vaccination is the greatest gift you should give to your daughter. It is very much essential. Now, as we all know, that adolescent period is a very, very volatile period. The adolescents are very moody, frustrated, irritated. They get angry so quickly. They always want to have some time lonely for themselves. So their lifestyle changes a lot. They are more amused towards the gadgets. They spend so much time in front of the screen, on the social medias, or in front of the television. Second is that you all guys, all the students in the school, they want the life to be very fast. When they initially start learning the two-wheeler or the four-wheeler, they want to reach the destination as early as possible. And this also increases the rate of accidents in adolescents. So guys, please be careful. Third is the use of the weapons, because it is the age of curiosity. They are curious to know each and everything, and most of the things is bad, most of the things, some things are good. So it is easy to occupy the bad things, and weapons is amongst the one of them. Third is they become a couch potato. They just sit in front of the television, watch TV, and eat on eating, even didn't realizing what are they eating and when to stop not to eat. Two factors which influence the adolescent health, first and foremost, is the family. Family and home are the first learning place for the student, for any child who is born, and parents are the first teachers. So whatever they see, they learn that. For all the parents out there, if parents should become the idol of their kids, whatever you do, kids observe that instead whatever you teach them. So even if there is any argument between the couples, they should avoid in front of the adolescents. The second learning place is the school. Educational environment, health environment, friends affect a lot in a mental and physical lifestyle of the adolescent. Third is the peer. What is a peer? We have learned and listened lots that there's a peer pressure. There's a peer pressure in adolescence, peer pressure. Peer means a feeling which adolescents want to occupy if they are staying in a same group or a same age group. So if it could be bad peer pressure or a good peer pressure. Now, peer can affect in two ways. Negative effects of the peer pressure may be that they started trying in for alcohol, they started trying in for smoking, rash driving, they become very much violent, they become drug abuse, trying to skip the schools. But if you take a peer in a good sense, then if you choose your friends wisely, you can have outdoor games in a group, you can become a good athlete, and you will learn to avoid the risky things and become more active. Third thing which influence the adolescent behavior is the neighbors and community. Media affect a lot in overall development of the kids. As we all know that is in the pandemic time, most of the students are investing a lot of time on the screen. So social media is affecting a lot. Now, there are many healthcare programs run in India, especially for the adolescents. First is the Nutritional Improvement Program, enhancement of the mental health, improve in the sexual and reproductive health, prevent violence and injuries, and prevent substance abuse. Nutritional problems. Nutritional anemia is very common in adolescent age group, more so in a females. Because as the females going for puberty, there is a menstrual cycle which occurs. Every month, there is a menstrual flow. So anemia is very common in adolescent age group. Other is the eating disorders. Adolescents have a crash diet or binge eating. Binge eating means they eat whatever they want and they don't know when to stop. They are more in for the fast foods like burger, pizza, and a very sedentary lifestyle, which also increases their obesity. They have most of them are vitamin D deficiency is there. So please do take your multivitamins and calciums. Diabetic is very prone in adolescent age group. Binge eating is, as you can see that adolescents are eating more so a fast food burden and they keep on eating and eating, don't know when to stop, and that affects their lifestyle and health. So I request you all to have a healthy eating habit. At least eat one fruit a day, a seasonal fruit, anything you want, 2 cup bowls of vegetables in a day. This is a time of a growth spurt, kids. Adolescent is a time of a growth spurt. Increase your protein intake. You should also have proteins, vegetables, carbohydrate. The energy requirement between the age of 14 to 18 years in a female is 2300 kilocalories, while in males is 3100 kilocalories. So as you all know that proteins are the building blocks of the body. So increase your protein intake. Now, how to prevent? No more fast food, exercise regularly, at least 1 hour in 24 hours you should spend on yourself in your exercising. Go out, walk, jog, cycle, do anything. Just maintain your health. If healthy body, healthy mind, as you all know. So it is very important. At least 1 hour in a day, you all can spend on yourself. Then you should have a check on your weight control and try to manage your stress, kids. If you have any stress, try to share it with your parents, with your teachers. I'm sure they will help you out and give you the perfect advices. As you all know that physical activity is very important. Try to encourage yourself in outdoor games instead of a screen gaming time. Time bound yourself, go out for outdoor games. Any game which you prefer, make it as your hobby, especially in the pandemic time. Take your supplements, take multivitamins and calciums. Calcium contains the vitamin D also. For the home delivery of the medicines, you can call on these numbers. Now come to the behavior changes. As we all know, the teenagers become very moody. So they rarely listen to what the parent says, and they more listens what their friend says. But whenever you're choosing your friends, choose wisely. Stop in for the drugs. Most common drug addiction at this age is trying of alcohol. They try the drugs just for curiosity, out of the fun, and to be more so in a part of a group. So it is not good. Friends, you should avoid drugs, no smoking, no alcohol, and make a good peer pressure. Now, sometimes we have seen adolescents are sitting lonely. They want so much time to spend on themselves, and it's fine. But lack of the friends is not good. You should be friendly with everyone and make a healthy relationship with all of them. And even if for the parents, as we know that whatever parents have a problem, kids want to listen and they try to involve themselves also in it. So parents need to be an adult role model for their kids. Whatever you are having, you should discuss, not discuss in front of your kids. Now, negative effects of social media on the youth and teenagers. As in the pandemic, the screen time is increased. We all know that our kids are going in for online classes. They're sitting in front of the iPad or laptop going in for classes. So the screen time increases and their activities towards the social media is increased. Now, this is affecting a lot physically and mentally. Physically, they have a lot of strain in their eyes, the lack of physical activity, they have lack of interest in the studies, and they are also becoming lazy and obesity is increased. There is lack of cognitive and motor function. But also from the social media, they are learning that all the violence which is happening, the influence of the wrong personalities, they are also coming to know about the women harassment, and they are seeing most of the things which is not good for them, and they should not. Now, as we see that even the small kids, like from the age of 2 years, they are into the gadgets or the mobile. Kids are not eating without the gadgets. I request all of you, please spend some family time. At least you should have 2 meals with your family instead of keeping yourself occupied with the gadgets and eating. Parents, be your child's good friend. Praise them even for the small and little things. Be friendly with them. I know they are moody, but you have to be very calm and quiet and listen to them. And students, kids, please try to share all your feelings with your parents. They will for sure help you out. Now, as a counseling is very essential in adolescence age group. Counseling starts from home only by the parents. In a school, choose wise friends. You should know about the safe intimacy. How does the school impact in adolescent health? The school must create a healthy environment for the students. They must teach health education, physical education, and a basic health care services must be provided in the school. What a counselor does in a school, a counselor helps the students to create and achieve the academic goal. And a counselor also helps to know that if one of the student is not performing good in the school and he was previously a good child, so the counselor will come to know and counsel the student at what is happening in his mind that he is not performing good. So that ways the student must go to the counselor and share what is happening in his mind that he is not able to perform. Students, even you should always take good things instead of bad things. Even if you have a friend's pressure, then avoid alcohol, avoid drugs, avoid cigarettes, say no to it. You should be very much reluctant to say no. No matter how, you should know if anyone abuses you sexually, no matter who is it. Speak up to your mother, to your doctor, or to your counselor. Now I will invite Dr. Preeti ma'am to share her views and conclude the session.
Thank you, Dr. Cherry and Dr. Akansha, for very beautiful inputs. So, continuing the counseling part, there is Childline India Foundation, there is Child Helpline 1098. If any of the children are getting abused and you feel that there is anything you would like to report, you can call it anytime, day and night. There is a Child Protection Act 2012. So all your calls for help will get answered, and do not think that you are alone. Also, children, keep a watchful eye on your friends. If you feel any of your friend is behaving abnormally or is not normally reacting to the situation, or you see something different in the behavior of your friend, please be good enough to report it to the child's parents or teacher or anyone you can confide in. Because by keeping a good friendly eye watch on your friends also, you can save so many lives. And the children who are getting depressed or they are not able to cope up with the changes of adolescence, they will get help. So the carry home messages from our side will be confident. You are beautiful. Everyone is beautiful. Enjoy being yourself and who you are. Try not to imitate other people. Have your own individuality. Everyone is beautiful. Be strong, not only physically, but also mentally. Exercise regularly. That will help in maintaining your body physically, as well as exercise increases the oxygen supply to brain and you are able to grasp more. Have a good 8 hours sleep, which is very much important. Take care of your face and body. Do not forget to COVID precautions. Study hard. These are your building time. This is the time when your career is getting shaped. So apart from enjoying, yes, you all should enjoy, but your main focus should be on your studies, on your goals. A big no to drugs. No matter whosoever says to you to try even once, please do not try drugs. They kill. So drug is a big no. And watch your manners. Do not hurt others. Do not hurt your loved ones. Simply enjoy life and the great pleasures that come with it. Thank you. Life is very precious. Take care of it. So with this, I will conclude this session. If you have any questions, you are free to ask if you would like to ask, or you can put it in the chat box. All right, so now I have opened the chat box and I will go on answering all the questions. I'm not going to take anyone's name, so you do not worry. The first question which I have. One question is, ma'am, what is public? I'm not very clear about the question. What is public? Can you elaborate on, sorry, what is pubic? Okay, pubic area, sorry, I read it wrong. Pubic. Pubic is the area which is in front of your pelvis, where your legs, they join with your body. That part is the pelvis. If you see the bone structure, skeleton, we have a spine, and then the spine is attached to the hip bone, and from the hip bone the legs come. So that area of the hip bone is known as pubic area. Pelvic area and the front part of it is called the pubic area. Now the pubic area is the genital area where you have the in the girls it is triangle down, and in over there you get your hair, the pubic hair, and in the below the pubic area you have the opening for the urine and the genital area like vagina, and in the males the penis and testes is in that area. So that area is pubic. So the next question is, ma'am, somebody is asking, ma'am, if our period has started, then can we increase our height or not? See, in the timeline of the changes of the puberty and adolescence, the growth spurt comes before the period starts. So it is believed once the period starts, the epiphysis, the bones they fuse and the gain in height is not there. But then contrary to the older belief, it is now believed that epiphyseal closure means the bone fusion still takes few more years to close even after the period start. So if you exercise well, you take your calciums and you eat healthy, then you may get gain few centimeters of your height even after your periods have started. But height is usually a genetic thing, beta. So if your normally the kids, they take to their parents' height. So if your parents are not very tall, then it's okay to be short. It might be your genetically short height. But then suppose even if the periods have started, if you exercise, you may get few centimeters. Someone is asking, if our period has started, then can we increase our height or not? This I have already answered. And I would also request you not to take too many off-label drugs to increase your height, beta. The only way to increase your height is the factors which influence your height is your genes, your diet, high protein diet, exercise. Apart from that, nothing influences your height. So do not eat too many abnormal things which are available on the net to increase the height. Next question is, ma'am, what is acne? Acne is the pimple on your face. Next question. Ma'am, do acne is caused by eating pickle? No, pickles do not cause acne. Acne is, as I explained to you, is basically your skin, the pores have become clogged because of increased oily skin. So, and then those collected secretions in those pores have got infected. So the way to avoid acne is good hygiene. Wash your face properly. Do not apply oily things. Do not eat too much of oily stuff. And if the acne is there, then you have to take some medicines to cure it because it's basically skin infection. Next question, can we wash our hair during menstrual cycle? Yes, you can do everything during your menstrual cycle. It's a normal period of your life. So you can jump, you can cycle, you can exercise, you can dance, you can eat whatever. And the hygiene we have already explained in this webinar, that how to maintain the hygiene, and there is nothing you cannot do when you are having your periods. And even the adults, if they are listening, you can have COVID vaccination also during the periods. Next question is, what if we get irregular periods? Irregular periods, there are multiple reasons for the irregular period. According to the age, initially when the period starts, say at around 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, initially for 1.5 years, they may be irregular. But if you're getting them very frequently, every 14 to 20 days, and they are too much, then you need to contact your gynecologist. If you're getting periods in, say, 2 months' time, then it is normal. But if you're getting very irregular, means 3 months, and the periods have not come, you are gaining weight, there is acne, then it might be pointing towards a hormonal imbalance and time to contact the gynecologist. How to get rid of acne, I have just explained. Another question, ma'am, if there are hair in pubic area, what to do? So you can remove the hair, you can use the hair removal cream, you can use razor, or nowadays laser is a very good thing. So laser can be used to remove the hair anywhere, and they are totally painless and they are very safe. So from a good center, you can do the pubic hair removal. At our center also we offer these services, and they are totally painless, and we have one of the most advanced hair removing laser. Can the height increase by skipping after periods? Exercise can increase the height, so you can skip whenever you want. Another question, ma'am, if in periods there is pain, what to do? Some pain is very common during periods because uterus is contracting because it has to push the blood out. So you can, if you're not allergic to Meftal, you can take 1 or 2 Meftal spas, or you can take Dolo, and even if it Dolo or Crocin, you can take up to 3 Crocins 8 hourly, 1 tablet 8 hourly if you're not allergic, or Meftal twice a day, morning and evening. But even if that the pain is not going, you need to consult a gynecologist. Of course, in periods, you can eat chocolate and you can do whatever. For how many days a period? A good question. Periods are very, very individual things. Some may get period for 1 to 2 days, some may get it for 5 days, but it should usually not last more than 7 days. Ma'am, how can we control on mood swings? By control mood swings, you can control by controlling your emotions. Be patient. As I said, if you get too angry, count till 10, have cold water, and just sit down and try to meditate, and you will see the anger goes. If you're feeling very lonely for a few hours, you can be in your own room. But then if you're feeling very lonely for many days, you need to consult, you have to inform your parents and inform your counselor. Why do we have painful periods? Because the uterus is contracting. That's why you feel the pain in your back, in your thighs. Sometimes there is a condition known as endometriosis, in which there is very severe pain. So if the pain starts even before the periods come, and it's so unbearable that you are throwing up and you are not able to go to your school, and even with one Meftal or Crocin, it's not going, time to consult a doctor. Ma'am, what about we have periods in 1 month 2 times? But if the gap is 21 days, then it is okay. Suppose you got period on 1st and you got again on 24th, it is fine. But if the gap is less than 21 days, you need to consult a doctor. Which vitamins and calcium supplement must be taken by 18-year-old girl? Good vitamins, Touch with Diva and Touch Cal Pro are very good calcium and vitamins, and you can get them from the Touch Clinic. That's fine. Or you can take whichever vitamin and calcium you prefer. Ma'am, do we need to control on rice, curd, cold water during periods? No, better you can eat or drink whatever you like during the periods. You can eat chocolate again. I know the kids like chocolate, so you can eat it any time. In fact, eating chocolate and all these things during periods help because the mood swings are there. You're feeling low, so eating a bit of chocolate will actually help you. A reason for painful period, I have already told. How to get rid of irregular period? Better, it will depend on what is the reason. If it's hormonal imbalance, then your hormones have to be corrected. If thyroid, prolactin, there's so many things, so you need to consult a doctor. Can the height increase by skipping? Skipping can increase the height if you exercise well. What to do during period pain? I told you can take Meftal's fast twice a day for 2 or 3 days, provided you are not allergic to it, or you can take Crocin tablet 3 times a day for 1 or 2 days if you're not allergic. What weight should be of girls during 12 years of age? It totally depends on your height. So there are nomograms on the Google. You can just go on the Google and put your weight and your age, and they will tell you what should be your height or weight, or you can put height and age and they will tell you the weight. I think I have answered all the questions now. Ma'am, does green tea help to reduce period pain? Anything warm will definitely help. And now as we have 2 minutes more, so I'll just answer a few questions. Reasons for skin allergies could be so many multiple, what you are eating, what you're applying on your face, time to consult a dermatologist. Then any food items to be avoided in period? No, nothing. Does fatty food promote acne? Yes, because it is oily and so your skin will become more oily. You can eat pickle and chocolates during period. We use scissors for removing pubic hair. Yes, you can clip, but be very careful not to hurt yourself. So messages are pouring in, but I don't think I will be able to answer any more. One question I would like to answer, white discharge, which becomes too much. In every girl, there is some discharge. So you have to see that once the periods finish, a little white discharge may happen, which will become sticky by day 13 or 14 of the period, and then it may become thick white discharge till you get your periods. If it is normal discharge, but if it is itchy, or it is green or yellow in color, or it is bloodstained, then it is an abnormal discharge and you need to consult a doctor. So I think a lot more to share. There are 48 new messages, not possible for us to answer in one go. You can directly call us, or you can just send message at the clinic website. You can visit our website and you can post the questions. And if anybody needs to consult, you are most welcome to come and meet me. So have a good day and thank you for joining, and enjoy and be happy and be safe. Bye-bye.